Hi, greetings again from Muller's Historic Florist and Narcissus Florals here in beautiful Spring Lake Heights, New Jersey. Happy holidays to all of you. Today we're going to create what is called the Holiday Rose Bowl. And in this piece, you can really select any found object around the home. In this case, we have a beautiful golden footed bowl. This can be equally creative in an oversized chalice or container, glass or teapot. And we really like to use all of those found objects, especially around the holidays where they may have some sentimental meaning to you and your family members. So this is really a beautiful and simple arrangement to make and can of course be found online all the time at narcissusflorals.com. So to create this piece, we're first going to add the beautiful hearts roses. The hearts roses have this absolutely beautiful texture to them, makes them a little bit different than your traditional rose. It's more of a hybrid between your traditional and garden rose. So by using the hearts roses, we're going to insert that into our floral foam, and we like to create our pieces by flower and color blocking. So in this case, we have this beautiful rich ruby red, which we're going to focus on the one side of our arrangement. And we're going to green this last, most importantly. So we have this beautiful ruby red, as we said, and that heart's rose. And of course, what would the holidays be without the red and green combination? And in this case, we're going to use this beautiful green hydrangea as our complement. Red and green are, of course, complementary colors, so appropriate for the holiday, but also important to know all year round. So we have our beautiful green, mini green hydrangea, which holds up really well in the floral foam. Most of your larger bloom traditional hydrangea, whether that be the whites or the blues, don't tend to last as long in a floral foam or without actual clear water, but these little guys do hold up quite well and should do so throughout the holiday season. So we're going to use this as our base to complement the beautiful rich reds. We have these wonderful verdant greens, and to this we're going to add our holiday greens. So we have white pine, boxwood, Fraser firs, and of course the eucalyptus to add that beautiful softer gray blue palette, and the berries of the eucalyptus, which is absolutely beautiful this time of year. Winter months are all about texture, so adding in these different varietals of winter greens is really important for these pieces to come to life. So we're going to start with our more lateral of our winter greens, which happens to be the white pine. So we're going to add this in, give ourselves a little bit more height with our arrangement there. And also using the flat cedar. Flat cedar is a really beautiful foliage this time of year. It's so rich and green and soft to the touch. All of these greens and the foliage that we use will last all month long. So even if the blooms themselves expire, you can just remove them from the arrangement and you'll still have this beautiful foundation of these rich greens. Of course, this wonderful aromatic smell that we have with that really just smells of Christmas and winter pine. And to that, we're going to add the boxwood. Boxwood holds up extraordinarily well. In fact, at Narcissus Florals, we make entire trees out of boxwood that can be decorated and lit for a tabletop tree if perhaps your home or your apartment doesn't quite have room for those larger trees. And of course, we're all aware of the shortages this year, so that might be a wonderful compromise, still bringing the holiday spirit into your home. So as you can see, we're adding in all of this beautiful foliage to really create that wonderful mixed texture, as we say, which is certainly reminiscent as a signature of the season that we are in. So adding these beautiful greens, and then we're going to turn to some additional textures. Here we have a beautiful pod, which we've just added a little bit of a golden hue to that to pull the gold from the vessel itself. And we're going to add a little bit of this wonderful seeded eucalyptus. It's going to add an additional color and tone from the more rich greens to these beautiful silver sage tones. And you can see there how that complements that celadon green of the hydrangea, the mixed winter greens of the flat cedar and the boxwood pulled together beautifully with that seeded eucalyptus. To that, we're going to add again another pod to this side to balance out that arrangement. And then these wonderful ornaments. So we use these millimeter balls a lot at the holidays, most florists do. So we're gonna add this guy in the red tone to the arrangement there. And then again, pulling in more of the golden tones, we'll incorporate these beautiful, larger 50 millimeter balls. Again, just adds that wonderful touch of the season. And to this arrangement, we're going to tuck in the Cymbidium orchid, one of our signature blooms, to this piece, just kind of like the cherry on top, if you will. And then some additional textures, these wonderful Crespidea balls, we'll add those to this arrangement, give us a little bit more height. 1.5 times your vessel is your ideal height there. So we're just adding in those fun, flirty Crespidea balls in that beautiful red tone to give our arrangement just a little bit of a kick. We're going to go around and make sure we've hide all of our work, add a little bit more of that wonderful eucalyptus and that texture with those berries. And there you have a beautiful holiday rose bowl from Narcissus Florals and Muller's Historic Florist. Please come in and visit us sometime again soon.